So, I want to talk about a tough subject. It's going to be about suicide. So, if anybody's triggered or find this something hard to talk about, then click off. But just drove into a snowstorm. Sorry. Stay if you can, just to listen. So I feel very passionately about the topic of mental health, suicide, all the stuff, all the things. Okay. I've had family members who have committed suicide. I've known people who have attempted suicide. And I myself have dealt with suicidal thoughts. So, one thing that I hear a lot, and I've had family members say it, and that is how they feel that suicide is the coward's way out, and that it's a very selfish act. Now, saying it's coward's way out is, I don't agree with it at all. I don't understand how somebody could say that. You sit there and try to wrap your brain around sitting somewhere and holding a gun to your head or a rope around your throat and tell me how that's cowardly. Like, to me, that's just, it's definitely not a word I would ever think when I think of somebody who's committed suicide. The saying that it is selfish, you can say that, I suppose. But because they're saying that you're leaving a world of hurt for your family members and your friends, people that are around you, and that is true. You do leave. You leave pain and sadness behind when you do that. But somebody who is suicidal, they don't feel that way. They don't think that they might know that some people might be a little bit sad, but for the most part, somebody who is suicidal, somebody that is going to commit suicide, feels that they are helping out their family, because they feel that they either feel that they're causing more harm being around than if they weren't there, or that there's just nobody, it wouldn't affect anybody if they were gone. That's the thoughts that I get in my head. If I wasn't here, I don't think anybody's life would be any different. And those are thoughts that I have to fight off when I get into my dark moods. So when I hear that somebody has committed suicide or even attempted to commit suicide, and that's another thing they'll say, if somebody attempted suicide but it didn't work, they'll say that they were just going for attention. Well, there may be some that are doing it for attention, but then it's a cry for help. Like, don't look at it like attention seeking. Look at it as a cry for help that they need from their family. And also, if I hear that somebody's, like I said, if I hear that somebody has done this, I am so sad, because I just think of how much pain they must have been in to have to do that. Because I know how I feel when I get in those moods. And it's a very, very dark space to be in, where you feel that you have to take your life. And I really hope that, and it is coming around, I do find that people are willing to talk more about it, and that they're not putting such a bad light on, like people are allowed to talk about their mental health, and that their struggles, and that these things happen, these thoughts come into our people's minds, and whereas before it was very taboo. You know, you never talked about it. If somebody had these thoughts, they were crazy, basically, for a lack of better words, and that's not the case. For some people, it's life circumstances. For some people, it's chemical imbalance. You know, they can't help it. They can't control it. And I just think that we need to talk about it more and put it out there. And don't say that somebody that's committed suicide is a coward or is selfish. Think about their last minutes sitting there and what they were thinking about. And more than likely, they're thinking they're doing their family a favor for not being there, because they're either a burden. This is what they're thinking, that they're a burden, you know, that nobody cares anyway, and that they're helping out by not being there. So the next time you hear somebody struggling or having these thoughts, try to talk to them about them. Let them know that you care, that you're there, and that they mean something to you. And that if they weren't there, that it would be a huge loss, that it would affect them. Because, like I said, suicidal people, a lot of time, think that it's not going to matter. So, just think about it. That's all I'm saying. Don't make people feel bad or say all these things that, you know, you hear. Just reach out to somebody that's struggling. That's all I'm saying. So, it's my thought for today. Talk to you guys later. Bye.